find the rocket in this video. Beware, it can be tricky. I'll be giving a shout out to the first comment. Good luck.
Today is finally the day of my royal tea party, and I want my bedroom to look as beautiful and fancy as possible before everybody arrives. I spent almost the entire afternoon cleaning up my toys, arranging all my stuffed animals in neat rows, and placing the little teacups carefully on my tiny table so everything would look elegant and organized. I even moved my favorite dolls onto the bed so they could watch the party from the best seats in the room. I worked very hard decorating everything because I wanted my bedroom to feel like a real princess tea party from a storybook. This teapot goes right here in the middle because it's the most important decoration of all. Then Teddy Bear can sit at the head of the table because he is my oldest stuffed animal, and deserves the special chair. Bunny will sit beside him because she is today's guest of honor, and the other stuffed animals can sit around them like fancy party guests.
Wow, Rosie, your bedroom looks absolutely wonderful. I can tell you put a huge amount of effort into organizing everything because every little detail looks thoughtful and creative. The tea table is arranged very neatly, the stuffed animals all have their own places, and the paper decorations hanging around the room make everything feel cheerful and festive. I'm honestly very impressed with how responsible and focused you have been while preparing all of this.
Thank you, Mommy. I wanted this tea party to feel very important and special because I have been planning it in my head for days now. I even used my toy kitchen set to make pretend cookies and tiny cakes for all the guests, and I practiced serving tea properly so everybody would feel welcome during the party. I really hope everyone enjoys themselves because I worked so hard getting my room ready and making sure everything looked perfect.
Well, all your hard work definitely paid off because your room looks adorable right now. I think your guests are going to love how much time and care you put to set everything up. What matters most is that you are having fun being creative and sharing your ideas with everyone else. That is something to be proud of.
I just hope nobody ruins the tea party because I want today to stay peaceful and happy. I hope classic Caillou behaves himself because whenever he sees other people having fun, he starts acting rude and complaining about everything. I really want him to be nice today instead of causing problems in my room.
Well, what false information are you feeding Mom about me this time? Wait. What? Are you serious right now? You turned your entire bedroom into some kind of fake restaurant for stuffed animals. This has to be one of the weirdest and most boring things I've ever seen you do. I can't believe you spent all afternoon arranging tiny cups and pretending your toys are real guests at a fancy party. Honestly, this looks ridiculous.
Classic Caillou, it is not ridiculous just because it's different from the things you enjoy. Tea parties are supposed to be imaginative and fun, and I worked extremely hard making my room look nice for everyone. It hurts my feelings when you walk in and immediately start insulting everything without even giving it a chance. I was actually planning on inviting you because I wanted everybody to have fun together peacefully.
Well, I already know this is going to be boring. Sitting quietly in your bedroom pretending to drink invisible tea with stuffed animals sounds like the least exciting thing ever. Why couldn't you just play something normal or fun instead?
Classic Caillou, that was very rude and disrespectful. Rosie spent a long time cleaning and decorating her room for this tea party, and instead of appreciating her effort, you immediately started mocking her. You don't have to love tea parties, but you absolutely do have to respect your sister and the work she put into something she was excited about.
I invited you because I thought maybe you could sit with us nicely and actually enjoy yourself for once instead of complaining the entire time. But if you are going to stay in my room during the tea party, then you need to promise not to ruin anything or insult my guests.
Rosie, your guests are literally stuffed animals.
They're not animals, they're my friends.
Yeah, whatever. What are your little tea party rules then?
The rules are simple because I just want everyone to have a nice and peaceful time together. First, no yelling or screaming in my room. Second, no rough play near the tea table because I do not want my cups and decorations getting knocked over. Third, nobody is allowed to insult the guests or make fun of the tea party. And finally, everybody has to act polite while they're here.
Wow, those are the most boring rules ever. No yelling, no rehearsing, no fun. This tea party sounds terrible already.
Classic Caillou, enough with the rude comments. Rosie worked very hard setting all of this up in her room, and I expect you to respect her rules while you are here. If you cannot behave properly, then you will leave the room immediately. Is that understood?
Fine, I'll stay for a little while, but I still think this tea party is dumb.
Welcome everyone to Rosie's Royal Tea Party. I would like to thank all of my wonderful guests for coming to this very special event today. Daddy will receive the first cup of tea because he is the oldest and most respected guest at the party. Bunny gets the second cup because she is today's guest of honor and deserves special treatment. Everybody else will also get tea and dessert very soon, so please be patient and polite while I finish serving.
I seriously cannot believe you're actually talking to stuffed animals like they're real people. You're acting like this is some kind of fancy restaurant when it's really just a bunch of toys sitting around a tiny table in your bedroom. This whole thing is honestly so weird.
Classic Caillou, you promise not to insult the tea party or the guests. Tea parties are supposed to be imaginative, and pretending is part of what makes them fun. If you keep making rude comments the entire time, then nobody is going to enjoy being around you.
I'm just saying the truth. I mean, look at this tiny cup. It's way too small, and the tea isn't even real.
Of course it isn't real. It's a pretend tea party. That's the entire point.
Well, pretend tea tastes terrible.
How would you even know what invisible tea tastes like?
Because I just tried some, and it tastes like absolutely nothing.
That's because you're supposed to use your imagination instead of trying to ruin everything with jokes.
Well, my imagination says this party is boring.
And my imagination says you're being rude.
Can we at least do something exciting instead? Maybe we could play a game, jump on the bed, or throw pillows around. Sitting here quietly pretending to sip tea is making me tired.
No, because this is supposed to be a calm tea party, not a wild game room. If you don't like it, then you can quietly leave instead of trying to change everything.
Why do you always get to decide everything?
Because it's my tea party happening in my room, and I spend all day preparing it. You are a guest here, which means you should act respectful instead of complaining non-stop.
Ugh, fine.
Here, Classic Caillou. You can at least try to enjoy yourself. This is a special strawberry-flavored pretend tea made especially for today's party.
Invisible strawberry tea somehow tastes even worse than the regular invisible tea. Alright. This is stupid as.
Classic Caillou.
What? I'm just being honest.
No, you're being annoying on purpose because you think it's funny.
Well, maybe if the party was actually entertaining, I wouldn't have to make my own fun.
You're not supposed to make your own fun by insulting everybody and ruining the mood.
Then what am I supposed to do?
You could try acting polite for once.
Being polite is boring.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Classic Caillou and Rosie, I can hear the arguing all the way from downstairs. What is happening in here?
Mommy, Classic Caillou keeps insulting my tea party, making fun of the guests, and complaining about everything instead of behaving nicely.
Because this party is boring. All we're doing is sitting around pretending to drink invisible tea.
Classic Caillou, whether you personally enjoy the tea party or not is not the issue here. Rosie invited you into her room because she wanted to include you, and instead of appreciating that, you've spent the entire time criticizing her and trying to ruin the atmosphere with negative comments.
But I'm bored.
Being bored is not an excuse to behave rudely. If you cannot participate respectfully, then you need to either sit quietly or leave Rosie's room entirely. This is your warning, Classic Caillou. Do not ruin your sister's tea party.
Fine. Whatever.
Okay. Now can we please continue the tea party peacefully without any more arguing?
I guess.
Good. Now it's time for dessert, and everybody gets invisible cake. This chocolate cake is extra special because I decorated it with strawberries and whipped cream before the party started. Everybody also gets cookies and tea refills so nobody leaves the table hungry.
Oh my goodness, I can't even believe this is actually happening. This has been going on for so long. We've been sitting in this room forever pretending to eat fake food and drink fake tea while you talk to stuffed animals like they're real guest. This has officially become the most boring afternoon of my entire life.
Classic Caillou. You already promised mommy that you would stop complaining and ruining the mood. If you really hate the tea party that much, then nobody is forcing you to stay in my room. You can leave anytime you want instead of making everybody miserable.
Maybe I do want to leave because this party is ridiculous.
Then go ahead and leave. At least the rest of us can finally enjoy the tea party peacefully without hearing you insult everything every 5 seconds.
Oh, so now you don't even want me here anymore?
I wanted you here when I thought you were going to behave nicely, but instead, you've spent the whole time whining, mocking my guests, and acting rude on purpose.
Well, maybe your party deserves to be mocked because it's dumb.
No, it isn't. I worked very hard decorating my room and preparing everything, and you keep acting like it's funny to make me upset.
Because watching this tea party is making me upset. It's boring.
Then leave.
Maybe I will.
Classic Caillou, be careful. You're too close to the table.
I don't care anymore.
Hey, what did you just do? My tea party, my decorations, you ruined everything.
Ha 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 ha. Look at this mess. Your little fancy tea party just got destroyed?
That wasn't funny at all. I spent all day cleaning my room and setting this up.
Well, now your room looks way more interesting than before.
Classic Caillou, don't touch Teddy.
Why not? Maybe Teddy Bear wants to fly.
Stop IT right now. You're being so mean. Why would you do that?
Because your party was boring me to death.
That does not give you the right to destroy everything. You completely ruined my tea party on purpose because you were angry and jealous that everybody was having fun without you.
I am not jealous.
Yes, you are. You always ruin things whenever you aren't the center of attention.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
What is going on up there? Oh my goodness! What happened to this room?
Why are the tea set pieces all over the floor, and why are Rosie's stuffed animals scattered everywhere?
Classic Caillou crashed my tea party on purpose. He kicked over the table, threw Teddy Bear across the room, and ruined all my decorations because he said the party was boring.
She kept making me sit there doing boring stuff.
So your response was to destroy your sister's bedroom and ruin something she worked hard on?
Well, maybe if the party wasn't so stupid.
Do not call your sister's tea party stupid after what you just did. Rosie spent a very long time preparing this room and organizing everything carefully. And instead of behaving maturely, you deliberately destroyed it because you couldn't handle being bored for a few minutes.
I didn't mean to make that big of a mess.
Yes, you did. You laughed after you kicked the table over.
And throwing Teddy Bear across the room was completely unacceptable behavior.
I was just playing around.
No, Classic Caillou. This was not harmless playing around. You acted selfish, disrespectful and destructive because you wanted attention. Your behavior today was absolutely terrible.
But I was bored the whole time. Rosie kept making me sit there pretending to drink fake tea and talk to stuffed animals for forever. I didn't think it was such a huge deal if I messed up the party a little bit.
A little bit? Classic Caillou, take a good look around this room right now. The table is overturned, Rosie's decorations are ruined, the tea set is scattered everywhere, and your sister is sitting on the floor crying because of what you deliberately did. This was not some harmless little accident. You lost your temper and destroyed something important to Rosie simply because you were not enjoying yourself.
I worked so hard on everything. I cleaned my whole room, arranged all the stuffed animals carefully, and spent all afternoon getting the tea party ready because I wanted everybody to have fun together. And then Classic Caillou ruined it in just a few seconds and laughed about it like it was funny.
I didn't think you would get upset like this. For me it was just harmless fun.
Of course I'm upset. You destroyed my party on purpose. Teddy got thrown across the room. My decorations fell down. and all my cups got knocked everywhere because you were throwing a tantrum.
Rosie trusted you enough to let you stay in her room during the party, and instead of appreciating that trust, you completely abused it by behaving recklessly and disrespectfully.
And the worst part is that you left after destroying everything. That showed us that, at least in that moment, you cared more about entertaining yourself than about how hurt your sister felt.
I just thought it looked funny when the table flipped over.
It wasn't funny to me.
No, it was not funny at all. It was cruel, selfish, and unacceptable behavior. Classic Caillou, for deliberately crashing Rosie's tea party, destroying her decorations, throwing her stuffed animals around the room, yelling at your sister, and refusing to behave after multiple warnings. You are grounded for 3 whole weeks.
What?